the associate attempts for today's meeting. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to meeting number 888 of the Medley Toastmaster Club. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone of a few meeting guidelines. Rule number 1, as a Toastmaster, we avoid discussion on sex, religion and politics during our meeting. Kindly refrain from these topics. Rule number 2, please switch off your mobile phone or keep them on silent mode. Please do this in another 30 seconds. Kindly avoid cross-talks while others are speaking. The mission of Toastmaster is to provide a supportive and positive learning environment where our members have the opportunity to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, it's my privilege to invite our presiding officer for today's meeting. He is a dedicated public servant and a research scholar with over 15 years of experience in the civil aviation industry. His favorite quote is, "Life is too short to play with your talents." Dear Toastmasters, please join me in warmly welcoming Toastmaster Raj Sekar to the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakhi, for setting up the stage and being our for the fellow members. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 888 open. So, I warmly welcome for our 888th meeting the dignitaries present here and senior Toastmasters and few guests. So, I like to first start with guest introduction. Can you please come and share your introduction?
So, hey everybody, I'm Rohit Krishna. I just completed my 12th standard and I'm about to join VIT Chennai College. I got a rank of 4204, out of which some 3 lakh people wrote the exam. So, how I got to know about Toastmasters Medley is because of my father. He encouraged me to check out this club and so that I could improve my speaking skills and everything. So, I also thought of joining it. And today I'm here just to check out how the environment is and how people actually elevate their speaking skills. So yeah, that's it.
And one more guest. Can you please share your introduction?
So I'm Aditya. This is my third time attending this meeting as a guest, and I've been wanting to improve my public speaking and general speech in conversations with others for a while now. And my uncle helped find this club for me. And since then, I've been attending here, and I've really enjoyed being able to come on during the table topic session and give a few speeches. Thank you.
So today, I like to share one interesting thought with you all. Since I'm an aeronautical engineer, I can't keep the aircraft topic away. Okay, so just a small example. So any aircraft with a powerful engine and advanced system, but still it needs a runway to take flight. Similarly, before Toastmasters, we all have our own experiences, ideas, stories, and we used to communicate with everyone in personal and professional lives. But sometimes we need some platform to enhance our confidence and present ourselves effectively. This is where Toastmaster can help us. For the help of to help the guests, Toastmaster Internationals is a century-old organization founded by Ralph C. Medley in 1924 to help improve communication and leadership skills of the people. In Toastmasters, every meeting is an opportunity. Prepared speeches helps you improve preparation, and evaluation helps you to observe more, and any meeting role that will help you in leadership skills. So we are not here because we are less serious. We are here because we want to learn more. With this, I like to introduce a person who takes this meeting forward. He is Toastmaster of the Day, and this role is played by a veteran Toastmaster, and he is having a 20 plus years of experience in Toastmasters and hardcore Rajinikanth fan. Let's welcome KTM Guru Prasad.
Thank you. Hi. How are you doing? How good.
Great.
So, it's too hot. By mistake, you dropped in for air condition. How many of you arrived here with a purpose? It's too hot. My vehicle got stuck. I'm waiting for a taxi for next half an hour. Let me be here. That was how I used to be 15 years ago. All Saturdays used to be fun, sometimes a mystery. I didn't used to know what to do on a Saturday because it used to be a weekly off for my company. Stay at home. Even I could not sleep, whatever I was slept a lot in the Friday night, taken an oil bath, all movies already visited, lunch completed. What to do? That used to be my life. Till 2011. That magic happened in 2011. My whole life changed, including my dress and attire. I joined Toastmasters. I had a purpose, something to do on weekends, something useful, productive, and with a purpose of growth. And I am here, still doing the same, week after week, never feeling bored. A Toastmaster, leading an interesting life that not only makes you happy, but also gives you success and growth. And of course, in the initial days, my family was a bit suspicious. What is this guy doing in every Saturday? He vanishes after 12:30 or 1 because I live in Kodambakam. I take a lot of time to travel over here. And he comes back around 7:30 or 8. How many of you know that the real Toastmasters meeting happens only after 5 p.m.? We stand over there with a cup of tea, we talk forever. That is the actual Toastmasters meeting, giving us a lot more information than these 2 hours. Then I used to go home late. My wife was very suspicious. Are you doing something wrong? Why are you hiding away from the family? I did one good thing. I didn't argue, I didn't try to convince her, explain her. I pulled her into this club. And she was a Toastmaster for 2 years in this club. Then due to some reason, she quit Toastmasters and relaxing at home. But my whole family knows what happens to a Toastmaster and how a person's life before Toastmasters transforms after this. That's why I chose the theme of today's meeting. If guests are wondering what is this going on, this guy coming with colorful dresses and changing them all, is this going to happen every week? Did I make a mistake in coming here? No. The theme of the meeting today is life before Toastmasters. So for the benefit of guests, every meeting, to make it interesting, we create a theme and run the meeting through the theme. People can always quote incidences based on the theme and deliver their speeches, or put them into their speeches, or share them whenever they are asked. So welcome to a typical Toastmasters meeting. It has 3 sections. One called prepared speech, where registered Toastmasters deliver their project speeches. And second, we have a unique session called table topics. I'll say about it later, where people are invited to deliver a speech on the spot immediately. And third, we have the specialty of Toastmasters, where we pull in certain people who observe those speeches happening and ask them to give feedback to those speakers as well to the audience. We're going to watch all these three sessions, and I'll be conducting the overall session, but there are other leaders who will be coming here to conduct the remaining sessions. One such leader is called a general evaluator. He is the watchdog of this meeting, with respect. He has a team and he watches everything and he tells us how good it is. I would like to invite my friend Toastmaster Venkatesan, who's almost a peer in joining Medley, to explain his role and introduce his team. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Today I am playing the role of general evaluator. As Tim Modi explained about the watchdog, I am going to watch each and everything from the track team till the evaluation team. What happens and what does not happen. At the end of the meeting, I submit my report. Before that, I would like to say that two evaluation teams for me. First is timer, accountant, grammarian. Let me introduce Toastmaster Abhinaya. Please come to this dais and explain about the roles and responsibilities. Thank you. Before that, I would like to inform you that before Toastmasters on Saturdays and Sundays, what is Abhinaya's? She used to watch movies. She was lazy. She used to watch movies Saturday and Sunday, and she would take a rest. She's as a HR professional. All the best.
Okay. So, I'll just start now. Tick, tick, tick. Every second counts. A great speech is not just saying what you want to say, but it's saying it within the given time. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I will be playing the role of the timer for today. And as the timer, it is my duty to ensure and guide our users and alert our speakers and evaluators on the remaining time they have left. And I will be doing so with the help of these three cards. So we have the green card, the yellow card, and the red card. Okay, so for every table topic speech, we have 2 minutes allotted for each speaker. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card, and at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will be raising the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I will be raising the red card. And for every icebreaker speech, which is taking place for 4 to 6 minutes, at 4 minutes, I will be raising the green card, and at 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I will be raising the red card. And for other prepared speeches, which will be happening for 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 minutes, I will be raising the green card, at 6 minutes, I will be raising the yellow card, and at 7, I will be raising the red card. We also have an educational session happening today, which will be taking place for 10 to 15 minutes. So at 10 minutes, I will be raising the green card, at 12 minutes 30 seconds, I will be raising the yellow card, and at 15 minutes, I will be raising the red card. And for individual evaluations, which will take place for 2 to 3 minutes, at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card, and at 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will be raising the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you.
The next track would be accountant Mr. Ariganan. Please come to the stage. Toastmaster Ariganan, before Toastmaster, he used to say Saturday and Sunday after work, he used to play badminton and he would spend useful time in the library. All the best.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmaster. I mean, GE Toastmaster Venkatesan, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. The role of accountant is to know the words or sounds that have been used too many times. During the course of the meeting, I will listen to the sounds that are being overused, such as and, but, and also during the course of the meeting, I will look for words that are being repeatedly used, such as I think, etc. And for filler sounds such as etc. At the end of the meeting, I will report the sounds that are being used by every speaker. Thank you.
Without further ado, I would like to invite grammarian Toastmaster Chandra. Please come and welcome. Before Toastmasters, he used to roam around in the bike the entire Chennai city.
All the best. Thank you, G. Very hot. Good afternoon. I will be the grammarian for today. My duty is to cherry pick exceptional usage of English language. At the same time, I'll also note saplings that may need some water. And I'll be doing this while filling my own basket, learning from the audience as we go. One other additional role for me is that I introduce the word for the day that participants, guests, Toastmasters are encouraged to use and try to incorporate into their speeches. Actually, to be very honest, TTM Guru did most of the thinking. He suggested that erstwhile should be the word for this. And I had to do more, I had to put in more effort to come up with a different word and ended up finding that erstwhile was probably the most accurate that we could get. Because erstwhile means in its two forms, first is an adjective, the other is an adverb. Adverbially, you can use it as formally, that's what it means, or formally. As an adjective, it means formal. An example of this word in a sentence would be: erstwhile rappers compile elements of their lifestyle in their freestyles. Meanwhile, the new style defiles with vile bile. So here, I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but here I'm using erstwhile as an adjective to better represent or define rappers. I'm trying to tell you that I'm referring to rappers from ye old times. So yes, thank you. Over to the G.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests once again. I'll come back for my second evaluation. When the evaluation team comes, erstwhile, before Toastmasters, I used to sleep. Nothing useful, Saturday and Sunday. After 15 years, now I realize that yesterday when I spoke to Guru about that. Please welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I was a bit worried. He said, erstwhile I used to sleep and now I sleep in Gandhinagar Club. He didn't say that. He said, I know a gentleman. He was an erstwhile lawyer. To be precise, he was a barrister. And he had an on-site opportunity in those days. He went to another continent, another country called South Africa. And he was traveling in that country and something happened. That was his life before that something happened. A man became a Mahatma after that event. So this theme of the day doesn't just mean life before Toastmasters. I have intentionally put the word because we are in a Toastmasters meeting. I want all of you to look back and think of something, in this case Toastmasters, that brought in a major transformation in life. And think of your life before and life after. That's what I want you to do by understanding this theme. I hope you all know I need not reintroduce that on-site lawyer who went to South Africa and what happened to him after that incident. So, the word life before carries such an importance for all of us because we realize where we started and where we ended up. As a part of today's session, we are going to have the first phase of a typical Toastmasters meeting. Earlier, when I was working in another place, I had not joined Toastmasters. I'll be asked to present the weekly report, monthly report, or suddenly they'll call me and say, go find out, explain to us all your findings. I used to work in the inspection department of a refinery and say, there was a problem, can you come and explain to us all your findings and correction mechanisms and recommendations. I used to go and talk whatever I want. Whatever I saw, I'll be giving them a running commentary. Then my boss called me and said, remember, you are presenting to top executives. They don't have time to walk along with you to the plant, look at everything, listen to you, come back and again listen to you and make their points. No. They just want to know what are your findings, what did you see, what are your recommendations. Can you make these 3 points in 5 bullets and deliver to us? I just did what he said and I was much appreciated. That was my life before. And very later I understood it is called structuring your speech, planning your speech and presenting them based on the audience. How did I learn? By delivering something called as project speeches in Toastmasters. We choose a pathway or an elective that tells us what kind of speeches we need to practice and present. Accordingly, we do it and we get it evaluated by someone else. And we learn something. Every time we deliver a project speech, we go one step high. We learn something and we learn something on top of it, and finally we reach the pinnacle. Today, to begin with, we have our first speaker, Toastmaster Raja Rajeshwari. I'm an ardent fan of superstar Rajinikanth. So, the word Raja Rajeshwari is a bit challenging to me. I don't know how many of you can understand this. How many of you seen the movie Mappillai? Okay, that says it. She has been living in Chennai for the past 13 years and with family, and she is a solutions architect in UPS Technology Solutions. Saturdays, she used to be very, very busy. She had a music class, she has to take her son to tennis practice, all was busy. But that something happened. Now she just got rid of all those busy schedule and always is here. What happened to the music class? She asked the teacher to move it to another day. What about the tennis class? There's always one poor guy sitting at home, he takes care of it. She attends Toastmasters meeting meticulously and grows on it. Before Raja Rajeshwari delivers her speech, I request her evaluator to deliver the objectives of the speech.
Our next speaker is Toastmaster Raja Rajeshwari.
Correct.
Correct. So, today she will be delivering her level 1 icebreaker speech from the presentation mastery pathway. The title of her speech is Memories Never Fade Away. This is a 4 to 6 minute speech. And yeah.
Thank you. Toastmaster Raja Rajeshwari, memories never fade away. Memories never fade away, Toastmaster Raja Rajeshwari.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters guests. My name has been already called out several times here, but it sounds better when I call my name. So I am Raja Rajeshwari Rangasamy. Rangasamy is my father's name. I am born and brought up in Coimbatore. So Thiru Rangasamy and Thirumati Hemavati raised me in a stress-free environment as a child. During my childhood, I had a favorite toy which is yellow color, and it used to have black stickers on top where you will have to dial the phone numbers to call someone. It's a toy phone. How close it is to me, you must be wondering as a child. I used to take the phone, dial some random numbers, because those days no one had any mobile phone or any other landline, right? So I used to randomly dial some numbers as soon as I see the sun is setting. To whom? To my father, who is Rangasamy, who is a businessman. I used to call and just say, Appa, it is late, come home. And all of a sudden, I would see my father knocking the door. I never knew that the phone is a working one or what magic it is. My father used to be there for it. I used to run to him and sit on his lap. Never mind how tired he is, sit on his lap and tell as many stories that has happened throughout the day. The time passed by. I finished my schooling. I landed up to start my career in computer science engineering as a graduate in Namakkal, home away from home. Separated from my parents, Rangasamy and Hemavati. Okay, I thought like, okay, it is going to be good, adventurous. The adventure turned to be different. My first year of my computer science engineering, I got 38 marks in physics, which is supposed to be the fail marks. Being a good student who only studies and don't do any tantrums or a brat kind of thing in the hostel, I was shocked to see that I got 38 marks, which is not something I expected. I cried very badly because my lecturers and everyone were surprised how come Raji has got 38 marks, because she is supposed to get some mark from the internals and also from the theory, but 38 is not acceptable. I cried. I started moving from my classroom and started walking towards my girls' hostel. Surprise part is, when I was walking slowly, crying my friends next to me towards the hostel, I saw someone sitting under the neem tree on a stone bench near the girls' hostel. It is none other than my father. So he was sitting there. He never told me that he is going to come. No one informed. It's supposed to be a surprise visit. He had come. Again, the child inside me ran to my father, hugged him, started crying. My father did not know for what I am crying. What is the reason? Is it because of joy or is it because of what reasons I am crying? Then he made me sit next to him. He wiped my tears and he asked me, "What happened? Why are you crying?" I said, "I failed." If it has been any other father, I don't know what their reaction would be. But my father, being a gem of a person, he just quoted he gave me 3 priceless gifts on that day. The value of that I realized only when I started my life. The 3 gifts are: you should cry in your life only when you lie to someone. The second, if you are cheating someone in your life. The third, if you are the reason for someone's death or you are going to kill someone. So these are the 3 reasons. As a college person, right, you are surprised how this is going to live. With this confidence, I applied for my revaluation. It was surprise. I got 78 marks in physics and everyone were happy with that. Days passed by. I finished my graduation in 2003, May, and decided I'm going to live the same happy life with my father and mother. But the destiny had a different plan. It was that I lost my father in an accident in September 2003. So the joy did not last for a very long time. In a couple of months, I lost my father. I was shattered as a teenager, not know what I should do and how the life is going to be further as I take turns. I just had only one motto, that I have to keep my mother happy. I started moving in my life. Then I joined IBM. I was with IBM for 18 years. Erstwhile, my manager, she was my current manager. She said, "Raji, you have come a long way in the journey. You have to polish yourself in communication. You are climbing the ladder of an executive as you move forward. You will have to fine-tune your speech, not being raw, enhance your effective communication, and make your presence, even if you're not speaking in any room or in any course." So that's when I have landed into Toastmasters. Today in Medley, I just want to say that I am here not only to make myself as a good Toastmaster and effective experience communicator, but still wanted to share this journey and learn from others also. So just want to conclude that memories never fade. Thank you.
Very good, Radha Rajeshwari. It was very interesting and inspiring to listen to your life story. At 38 marks, you cried. That's a major difference here. You can still come here, not deliver anything, blabber and go, all the people will applaud. That's the magic of Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, you never fail. 38, even 0 is pass mark. In Toastmasters, don't worry, that's the magic of Toastmasters. I hope you all really enjoyed the way she presented her life, and you also had your own lessons to learn from her speech. Moving on to the next speaker, while his artifacts are being prepared, we have an interesting person as the next speaker, Toastmaster Ranjit. He joined, I think, the beginning of this year into this club. He is, of course, like every Indian citizen, he is an IT professional. But a senior IT professional with decades of experience, and he's also someone who is called as an agile coach. There are people who are not IT, and you want to know what an agile coach is. 2 days workshop, 15,000 rupees, I can conduct a course. Don't worry. So he's an agile coach, which is purely technical into IT. On the other side, he's also a leadership coach. He's a life coach and a leadership coach. He's more interested towards bringing value to people's lives. Saturdays used to be very, very busy before joining Medley. He feels comfortable nowadays because his busyness has reduced. He used to be an agile coach, life coach, all that coach, and within 3 hours in a Saturday, he has now adjusted them, modified some of his other engagements, balanced them, and he has added one more thing into this agenda, his agenda, which is Toastmasters meeting. He enjoys doing all this stuff on his weekends, so he is not finding the previous life boring and this life exciting. Everything is exciting for him. And with respect to his family, how did they take it? Complaining? Blaming? No. They are very, very happy. Not because he is growing. They are happy to see him away. He's over here on a lighter note. Before I invite Toastmaster Ranjit, I request his evaluator. Please come here and present his speech.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Ranjit. My name is Anish Verma. I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ranjit's speech today. Toastmaster Ranjit is giving a speech on presentation mastery, level 1, and the project is evaluation and feedback, the first speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive a feedback from the evaluator.
Apologies, I should have invited both evaluators by calling out their names. Anyway, Toastmaster Ranjit. We all started our lives with our own self-intelligence. Nowadays, our self-intelligence doesn't carry any value. It's considered as waste and something new has come in. Now he is going to tell us something more interesting about it. Toastmaster Ranjit, authentic intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence. Authentic intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence. Toastmaster Ranjit.
Thank you. So greetings, dear Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I'm Ranjit Rajagopal. So, we are actually living through a very fascinating paradox. The world's most powerful and most capable machine ever built in human history is being built today, right here. And that's, as all of you know, it's artificial intelligence, right? So, you know how capable artificial intelligence is. It can do literally anything, read, write, I don't want to say, right? We all experiencing day by day. At the same time, I see something very interesting and also little concerning happening with we human. We are becoming more anxious. We are becoming more stressed out and more lonely. Artificial intelligence we have been investing a lot on making artificial intelligence smarter, but are we really investing in making humans wiser? So, artificial intelligence, as you know, it's becoming popular and it's becoming very smarter day by day. But at the same time, I find something very concerning in all of us human. We are losing our ability to self-awareness, understand ourselves, not becoming more adaptable and little bit more wiser. We are not becoming wiser. I'm not generalizing it, but just the general trend that I see. We can generate tons of answers in seconds, right? When you figure it out, you are sitting here, you can do it, right? But what we are missing is ability to reflect, sit with questions than answers. So, unlike our erstwhile generations, right, we have access to information like no previous generation had. But at the same time, we are struggling to understand ourselves. So, while we are investing on our energy and time on making machines are intelligent, are we investing to make ourselves intelligent authentically? So this started a few months back. I was preparing to submit a paper for a conference. So I needed ideas. So I started that as a idea generation. Within 30 minutes, I had more ideas than I can personally, humanly process. Within few hours, I had fully drawn out presentations that I could immediately submit within few hours. But by end of the day, I started experiencing something different. I was completely lost, fully confused. So I was just looking at it and wondering, looking at them on a screen. Isn't this supposed to make my life easier? Why am I finding it difficult? Sitting with artificial intelligence. That's the day artificial intelligence humbled me. I had tons of ideas, lot of answers, but something was missing. I was not able to listen to myself, hear my voice. What is it that I really wanted to convey in the conference? What is it that is uniquely mine out of all these 1,000 tons of ideas and answers? That's when I realized artificial intelligence may be smarter than me, but what I really needed on that day that was not answers alone, authenticity. Artificial intelligence give you contents, but it cannot tell you what is it that really matter to you, your value, your belief. What is it is uniquely your idea, your topic. So that's when I had this big revelation, right? While we are making machines artificially intelligent, we need to do something equally important, which is invest in our energy on building our authentic intelligence. What is authentic intelligence? Our ability to understand ourselves better, self-awareness, our ability to adapt to changes, situations in life, challenges, and make some simple, wise decisions and lead. So that's when I realized that day I didn't need artificial answers, I needed authenticity. Means I needed to have my self-awareness. Be able to decide what is truly mine. AI cannot tell me what is mine. Be able to adaptability. Be able to not rely on an old way of looking at it. Learn, unlearn, and be curious when certainty itself is uncertain. And finally, be able to make some wise decisions. That is what was missing in me. So that's when I realized authentic intelligence is not about having a lot of answers. It's about being able to understand yourself, adapt, and do something wisely. Because anxiety burnout and loneliness is not a problem of information overload. That's a problem, but that's not the only problem. It's about not knowing yourself better. So an important question that we need to stay with, right? Do we invest in making machines intelligent or invest in making ourselves more wiser? Because the future is not going to be shaped on by artificial intelligence, but also by humans who has authentic intelligence. So artificial intelligence plus authentic intelligence. So before I leave for today, I want to leave all you with a question. So before you take step to go into AI, ask yourself, what am I doing today to understand myself better, lead courageously, and adapt to changes? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranjan. Last Monday, I was discussing with ChatGPT and said, I am going to be the TMOD for this week's meeting. What do you suggest me? How should I conduct? He responded saying, you idiot. You call yourself as 15 years Toastmaster from the DTM and you want me to suggest you how to conduct a meeting? Log out and think yourself. Well, it's a joke. It did not happen. But I believe that's what he told us in a decent way. It was a revelation, Toastmaster Ranjan. We are becoming slaves of artificial intelligence, in due course losing our self-intelligence. Much needed speech. Much needed speech. Thank you very much. Our third speaker is also a very active and interesting person in Medley Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Dinesh, and also very close to my heart. And to just one incident, I never forget this as long as I'm a Toastmaster or even otherwise. Last year or something, I called him and said, so I'm a chief judge of a contest, I'm looking for judges, will you be able to join me? He could have said yes, simple yes. He just said, anything for you, sir. I was moved. That means, from his life before Toastmasters to current life in Toastmasters, I was involved some way and maybe kindled something in one corner of his activities. That's what Toastmasters did to me and did to him as well. That is what is so interesting about being Toastmasters. He is basically a civil engineer by profession. And to be in reality, yeah, please come in. Toastmasters has betrayed him. Drogam. It has done a drogam to him. It has killed his Saturday afternoon sleeps. He's missing a lot. On the other side, what got compensated is, because he is all awake in Saturday afternoons, he is able to sleep well in the night and become active on Sundays. That's how he enjoys it. And his family, how do they take it? They're waiting for the day he quits Toastmasters. Every week they're waiting for, will he be quitting this week? Next week? So they are waiting for the day he quits Toastmasters. On the contrary, he visited a get-together with his former college friends. They were shocked to see him deliver a speech in the midst of them. Dinesh Nia! So that kind of a change he got from Toastmasters, and his life before Toastmasters, from college to his life in the college reunion, was that transition happening. Before I invite him on stage, I would like his evaluator, Toastmaster Narendra, to read out the stage.
Thank you, TMOD. As you can see, the projector, Toastmaster Dinesh is delivering a speech from the pathway Persuasive Influence, level 5, and this is an education series presentation that has been prescribed as a part of the new Pathways update, where a speaker will have to deliver an educational presentation for 10 to 15 minutes. So timer, please note that the time is 10 to 15 minutes. And this speech is a part of a successful club series, education series. The topic that he has chosen is evaluate to motivate. And the purpose of this presentation, as the name suggests, to explain the importance of speech evaluations and how to present them. All the best to you, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you very much, Dr. As he said, successful club series and better speaker series are two important series in Toastmasters syllabus, which helps you understand the way Toastmasters works and communicate it to your new members or fellow members. There are 10 plus 10, 20 topics given in those series, I suggest you all go through those series and understand what are the different topics. I'm very glad to invite Toastmaster Dinesh to the stage. Evaluate to elevate. Evaluate to elevate Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you very much, dear Modi, for the warm welcome. How many of you like harsh criticism? Please raise your hand. Harsh criticism and negative. Okay, please look at it. How many of you like positive and constructive criticism? Please raise your hand. I'm sure that everyone raised your hands for the former one. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
Today my speech is about the evaluation in our Toastmasters session. A few years ago, I hated evaluation, even in my personal life. Many of you would probably know that we run a family business, a hotel in OMR. We have nearly 40 rooms. Before a couple of years ago, I used to hate asking people how was the hotel room after they had left. They may have stayed for 1 day or 1 week also. The only reason? They may say something negative and spoil my day. So I never used to ask them at all, how was your day? But recently, a couple of years ago, I went and started chasing guests and asked them, sir, how was this day? Guest A may say, the TV was not working. Guest B may say, the AC is not working. Guest C may say, the Wi-Fi is not working. Guest D may say, all of the above. You may probably think that we are running a Sundara Travels kind of hotel. But what I'm trying to say is that feedback today is something very essential in not only in Toastmasters but also in corporate life. Just imagine, each and every day I go to my gym and I be there even for just half an hour. I immediately get a survey. They send it to me. How was the gym? Whether the trainers did a good job? Was the AC conducive? Each and every day I ask for it. So similarly in Toastmasters, each and every prepared speech is evaluated immediately. We give instant feedback. And today I'm going to talk about it. What is evaluation? Can someone say what is evaluation except the seasoned members?
Any guess?
What, sorry? Yeah, someone else from the guest.
Whether you are going in the right path.
Okay, someone from the guest. Yeah.
The root of the word is value. Was it value the effort the audience put in hearing?
Superb, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Like review or checking.
Brilliant. All you said was right. So in Toastmasters, we evaluate the prepared speech. The prepared speech can be like from Toastmaster Raja is saying 4 to 6 minutes, an icebreaker speech, or for my speech is from 10 to 15 minutes. We evaluate, and after the table topic session, we give feedback. This feedback is basically a set of commendations or recommendations. Like we always don't use the word negative in Toastmasters. We only use the word recommendation, suggestions. We always try to motivate the speaker and give him and become a better speaker. For this, the evaluator is given 2 to 3 minutes only. For example, the first evaluator also got 2 to 3 minutes, and Toastmaster Narendra, who's evaluating my speech, he'll also get 2 to 3 minutes only. Just because my speech was bigger, he wouldn't get a lot of time. What is the basic structure of a good evaluation? First, a hook. Just like how a bait is used to catch a fish, a hook is essential in evaluation. For example, once I was talking about construction of a roof. So my evaluator was Toastmaster Jayashri, our current president. We all know that she has been the finalist of a district evaluation contest once. So she started the evaluation session by essentially saying that the roof above us not only has concrete, but also has kindness and goodwill in us. It's a brilliant way to get the audience into our speech. No wonder she's been a brilliant evaluator. The second is commendations. These are 3 positives or 3 good things we liked in a speech. They may be from body language, structure, vocal variety, anything you like, or the conclusion, anything you like, basically just 3 points. You don't want to say 7 or 8 things because you wouldn't have much amount of time. Basically, by 1 minute 20 seconds, you should be over with the commendation, the 3 good points. And now, the most important thing of a good evaluation is recommendation. It really makes or breaks your evaluation. Just imagine you are going to talk something which the speaker could improve upon. Even the speaker will be a little bit wary of it. Basically, what in Toastmasters we recommend is that you give 2 recommendations, it's enough. Or maximum you give 3. One on content, one on delivery. What and all comes under content, what and all comes under delivery, I'll tell in the next page. But this is the most important part of evaluation. And also, we have to soften the blow while saying about the evaluation, because many people may take it negatively. For example, I have given many evaluations. Later, the speaker themselves would call me, or after the meeting, they would say, "No, I did this a good job." But I would say, from my point of view, this could be improved a lot. I'm not saying this is not the opinion of everyone else. For example, today, Toastmaster Narendra is evaluating me, that's from his personal point of view. It's not the evaluation of the entire session. And summary. This carries 15 marks in a contest. A summary is essential because you want to say about the recommendation, the 3 points, and the recommendation 2 points of what you liked or what you disliked in the speech. And finally, end with a bang. People will remember what you said in the first 15 seconds and what you said in the last 15 seconds. When I mean end with a bang is, for example, the speaker would have spoken about playing cricket. You could end the speech by, with this speech, you hit the ball out of the ground like for a huge 6. Something which people can remember. Or example, the speech may be about cooking. You could say, I like this dish what you served to me, and I'm waiting for the next dish that you're going to give. It could be like for the last 10 or 15 seconds. But the main idea of evaluation is recommendation. The first thing is content. As I said previously, there are 2 important aspects of a good speech, content and delivery. There will always be a question in Toastmaster, which is more important, content or delivery. OBC, this is not a cast, but this is opening, body and conclusion. A good speech will have a good opening, followed by sub-points and sub-points which makes a body, and then followed by a conclusion. A speech cannot be haywire from hey to that. It cannot be like a Kamala Hassan speech. Everything should be connected together. Transitions. Transition also very important. For example, if a speaker is speaking about their icebreaker, initially they'd probably talk about their school life. And suddenly they shouldn't move to the college life. A transition, a connecting sentence should be there. For example, your school was, you did a brilliant job, you loved it, but when coming to my college, it was not so good and I faced a lot of hardship. Like that, a connecting sentence should be there in transitions. Figurative language. There are more than 30 types of figurative language. For example, simile, metaphor, we all know, simile. Like as will come. He was like a lion in the battlefield. Someone can say a simile?
As strong as a bull.
Superb, Pran Joshi. And metaphor, and like oxymoron. Oxymoron is like 2 opposite words coming together. For example, we agree to disagree, or he was pretty ugly, like that 2 opposite words coming together. And then we have personification. For example, when it's a very dull moment for the speaker who acts an object, you say that the clouds cried. Giving life to an inanimate object like cloud, there is no life for it, but we are giving life to it. And similarly, we could say the wind whispered. Wind can never whisper, but we are giving life to that inanimate object. Like that, someone else for personification. Can anyone give an example? Giving life to an inanimate object.
As still as a tree.
As still as a tree. Yeah, that's also good. Like this, there are so many aspects. Like we could use proverbs, idioms, as I said, metaphor, simile, hyperbole. A very good example I saw of hyperbole was in the 2014 speech of Dhananjay Hadachari. How many of you have seen it? In this, he says that he has an emotional mother. So what he says is that my mother is emotional. It is a sum of all the mothers put together in the bucket. So he wants to show how emotional his mother is. You couldn't put everyone in a bucket, but he's trying to do this. That's like a hyperbole, an excessive exaggeration. And delivery. Delivery is what we come and present here in the stage. Content is what we send to our mentor, the draft, all that comes under the content. Vocal variety. This itself is a huge thing. There will be pitch, volume, pace, and pause is a very good example. Last year, I was the voting judge of one of the contestants, and the contestant used the pause brilliantly here for an international speech contest. He said, We all know that behind every successful man, there is a woman. But behind every unsuccessful man, there are two women. So essentially, the pause is what made the proverb the humor here. So basically, if you are delivering a humorous speech, the pause is very essential. Body language. Body language is what we deliver. For example, we all know Shivaji Ganeshan, the great actor. We would have never seen Veerapanda Kattaboman or Karnan. But when we hear that name, we have Shivaji Ganeshan in his armor here. That is what body language. When we become the subject, we should become itself. And eye contact. It's also very important. Some various evaluation technique is, what is this? So all the Toastmasters, it's a sandwich, but it's actually a burger only. So it's actually CRC, comment, recommend, comment. So don't think that there's an evaluation technique in my name. Some people use the acronym name itself as an evaluation. For example, D they say dynamic, and I they say intelligent. Yeah, similarly, each word, each letter of the name, they give Toastmaster Saravanan used to do it brilliantly in our club. The common mistakes makes in evaluation. Most of them I used to do. For example, some evaluators, as soon as they come into the stage, they say, please give a big round of applause to the speaker. He spoke brilliantly. This will take like 20-30 seconds. I'm sure that they are trying to motivate, but it is not necessary to do so. Because you have only 3 minutes, 30-second time maximum to do it. Next is personal belief. For example, some evaluators, some speaker, for example, they would have told that, for example, the humorous speech, they would have told, my wife hit me with a slipper. Then the evaluator will come ahead and my wife not only hit me with a slipper, she hit me with a slipper soaked with cow dung. Like that sometimes, evaluators, they should not come up with their own personal beliefs in their speeches. Go deep. For example, when evaluators are saying you need to improve the vocal variety, tell them exactly where they need to improve their vocal variety. One evaluation I was doing was that of a eulogy a couple of years ago that is no longer a member. He was eulogy, that is a death speech about a person. So he was speaking about his grandfather. But all around his speech, he was very cheerful and he was very energetic when he was talking about his grandfather's death. Then I came to his evaluator and told, throughout your speech, you were energetic and cheerful. It sounded as if you were happy that your grandfather passed away. So you basically gave that message. Some benefits of evaluation is the very first thing, you'll become a better speaker. You look at all the world champions of public speaking, including now Sabyaji Sengupta. They were multiple times district champion in evaluation in their district. And even now, the current district champion, Toastmaster DTM Vijay Lakshmi, she has been twice, I think, the evaluation champion in district. Yes. So most importantly, if you can be a better speaker only if you be a good evaluator. You can improve your active listening skills. Impromptu thinking. For this evaluation is basically like prepared speech session. We can be in practice for months, but table topics, in a couple of seconds we have to say what we want to say. This evaluation is something in between, like semi-gravy it is. So this is the last year we had the evaluation contest on September, and this year also probably the new EXCOM will take a date on when to do the evaluation contest. Last year we had 16 contestants on stage, and of course Toastmaster Jayashri, the competition, she went till the district, and second place was followed by immediate past president Bharat and current VP Toastmaster Narendra. And this year also I am looking forward to many other evaluators as well. Even Toastmaster Narendra, I think she was giving the evaluation for the first time, I think, no contest? Second time. So it doesn't matter whether you are a seasoned Toastmaster or you are giving for the first time or second time. Even Bharat was giving for the second time. So there is always an opportunity for you to win. And I would recommend everyone to take this opportunity and become a better evaluator and a better speaker. You could do the evaluation contest even the next coming meeting itself. You may wonder how. You just keep writing whatever the prepared speakers comes and delivers here. That's what my legacy mentor, distinguished Toastmaster Sundararaman Chintamani, he used to say. It is not necessary, even if you are not the evaluator, you have no role at all in the meeting, but still you keep writing what the speaker told you, what you liked it very much in the speech, what you think the speaker could have improved. Even Toastmaster Jayashri, you won't believe, she didn't give a single evaluation before that contest for nearly 6 months. but she ended till the district level. But she always says to me, I always keep writing upon, particularly the prepared speeches, 3-4 aspects which I liked in the speech, where the speaker could have improved in content and delivery. And you keep evaluating itself. So that's how you become a better speaker. Overall, I would say evaluate to motivate and evaluate to elevate. That way you'll become a better speaker. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dinesh. I was always thinking Dinesh is an ardent fan of Kamal Hassan. I changed my mind now after today's speech. I don't know how many of you watched something he said in his session. Well, I remember one evaluation I did years ago. That was a new speaker. He came. After 1.5 minutes, he got stuck. He forgot his script. He forgot his speech. He was staying idle for nearly 1 minute. Then he said sorry and left. Then G called me and asked me to evaluate that 1.5 minute speech between 2 to 3 minutes. I said, Baba, he himself has spoke only for 1.5 minutes. How am I supposed to evaluate his speech between 2 to 3 minutes? Do you see the logical gap? But that is the point here. We need to understand why he could not complete his speech, or he stopped everything in 1.5 minutes and start giving him advice. So very nicely put forward all that you need to understand if you want to become a good evaluator. For guests who have joined recently and watching only 2 or 3 meetings of Toastmasters, evaluation is the USP of Toastmasters. There are so many training institutes which teaches you how to speak, how to do public speaking. But not many of them teach you how to listen. This whole GE team under Toastmaster Venkatesh is here to listen. They will not even utter unless they are called to deliver their report. They are here to listen. It doesn't end there. Do you think only 3 evaluators for those 3 speeches here? How many of you think only 3 evaluators today? There are 3 speeches. How many evaluators do you need them? Do you need for those speeches? 3. No. It's not 3 evaluators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 25 evaluators today. That's what you should be doing when you attend a Toastmasters meeting and you don't give a speech. You listen like how he said Toastmaster Jayashree does. Every one of you should be evaluating the speech for the benefit of yourselves. You should know how to understand the speech, how to give a feedback. And that's what you're going to do in a few seconds from now. I request our timer to announce the name of all qualified speakers.
All 3 speakers are qualified.
That's good news. So, all of you will get a link in your WhatsApp, and if you're a guest, you would have already received a cheat. Please finish your evaluation in the mind and mark the name of the best speaker, whoever you think among these 3. That's your evaluation part 1. Well, I'll give you a few seconds if you want to think. Moving on. I know one gentleman. As a boy, he used to sell newspapers and snacks in the railway compartment. He used to be very naughty, was scolded, and the school teacher called his mother and said, "Your son is fit for nothing. He can never understand science. He is so weak. You will take him out of the school." He went out of the school, and there that thing happened, life before, life after. Finally, he ended up registering patents for 1903 inventions. That was his life after. Can you guess who it was?
Albert Einstein.
No.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison.
He is the only scientist who made a lot of money out of his inventions as well. His name is Thomas Alva Edison.
Sorry.
Gentlemen, he always remembered. So, he also helped the railway station master in getting rid of a problem his son had using science and technology. That's why we insist, never forget your life before. This meeting is not here asking you, life before you were sleeping, get out. No, always remember your life before so that you can respect, honor the life you are currently carrying on. You can recognize your achievements and feel happy about. That's why life before is also more important. We are moving to the next interesting session of Toastmasters. Again, during my work, suddenly my boss would call, Guru, you were telling me something about a new plan for the next maintenance. No? Can you tell it to me now in 2 minutes? Sir, no, I told you, our counter don't know this. No, give me some time tomorrow. No, I don't have time. You tell me now. Tell me 3 points about what were your plans for the new maintenance strategy. I used to get stuck. I had all that in my mind because I was the one who proposed it. Because he asked me to answer at that moment, I didn't know how to tell him immediately. How many of you get stuck like this? At least got stuck like this? My God, even after joining Toastmasters. Something wrong with either Toastmasters program or you. And that is why we are going to conduct one session called Table Topics, which is all about speaking instantly. Before that, mind it, the word table topics is patented by Toastmasters International. You cannot use this word outside of a Toastmasters event.
Small correction, registered trademark.
Trademark.
Registered trademark, not patent.
He is a trademark expert, so I respect him. It's a trademark. You cannot use the word, for example, if you're having a gathering, Dinesh is having his college get together, like what he did. He cannot say, I'm going to conduct table topics. He will whether I'll sue him. Please mind it, the word table topics means impromptu speaking, but it's an interesting thing. So I invite Toastmaster Pradeep to come onto the stage. And he is the real table topics master because he himself was nominated this morning. He was not the planned table topic master because our original master unfortunately could not attend due to personal reasons. So, could you tell me in one sentence about your life before Toastmasters?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pradeep Kumar Subramanian. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pradeep Kumar Subramanian. In just one word role play, before Toastmaster, I was a backbencher, but I have a confidence and a courage to stand in front of everyone.
Very good. Enjoy.
Once again, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am Pradeep Kumar Subramanian. Today I am playing a role of TT Master, Table Topic Master. Please raise your hand if you ever face this situation. In school or college days, you try to avoid your eye contacts or keep your heads down when staffs call your name for an answer.
Yeah.
Any reason? Anyone?
Fear of.
You don't want to be on the
Fear
spot.
of exactly. See, if you have an eye contact, if the teacher sees us, immediately calls us late. Hey Naresh, can you answer this one? Hey Ranjit, can you answer? So we'll try to avoid the eye contacts. But in today's session, in Toastmasters and table topic sessions, we don't need to fear about me. You have to fear about the VPM and VPE because behind the scenes, they are the one passing the information to you. Who should be called next and who should be avoided. So you don't get the fear of me, you just be confident to face me. Okay, this time I just want to just take a moment to explain what is the table topic sessions for the newcomers and the guests. Table topic is an impromptu speaking session where you will be given with a question, random question or a topic where you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will be shown a green card from the timer. So if you try to make at least speak to 1 minute, so it is qualified. So whoever comes to the stage, please utilize this time. So you will be qualified for 1 minute. And at 1 minute 30 seconds, you will be shown as a yellow card where you are halfway through. At the 2 minutes, you will be shown a red card. So where you have to conclude your speech. All the best to the speakers who are coming to the stage. And one more thing I just want to start with this is, from today's session, the first question I want to ask is like, I don't want to call a person, but I ask a question randomly to everyone and I can call upon a person. The reason is, when a person comes here and that person only thinks, but this time I ask a question where everyone thinks and I can pick a name where they can come and answer. So everyone gets a fear of what question will come to me. So I'm just giving it a try. Let's see whether it works out or not. Okay, all the best everyone. Okay, what was your turning point that made you to decide to improve your communication? I'll repeat the question. what was your turning point that made you to decide to improve your communication? I call upon Toastmaster Nitin.
Somehow I guess.
So Nitin, so I'll repeat the question. What was your turning point that made you to decide to improve your communication? Toastmaster Nitin, what was the turning point that made you to decide to improve your communication?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, dear guests. Turning point, not one, I would say many. But yeah, there was a time when, from corporate ladder perspective, and I also talked about in my last speech, there was a time where I was really looking forward for growth. And whenever it is growth, it means you need to go public, talk openly, present your thought, and be visible. So I went in that mode to understand that what is visibility. I started talking to my mentor. Everybody says visibility means go and find a space on podium. And that was, I would say, my turning point, because I was not ready to compromise on my growth. And growth means being visible. Being visible means being on stage, finding a place on podium. And that is where I started looking forward that how can I improve my communication skills. Started looking for my mentors, started learning from books, started so lot of trainings, and this is how I'm in that journey of learning and improving my communication skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin. Now I ask the second question. Before Toastmaster, when did you realize communication really matters? Before Toastmasters, when did you realize communication really matters? Toastmaster Shanmugam. I'll give you the question. Before Toastmasters, when did you realize communication really matters? Toastmaster Shanmugam. Before Toastmaster, when did you realize communication really matters? Toastmaster Shanmugam.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I have studied MSc Zoology. I have thought up to +2 I was in Tamil medium. Then I have completed my post graduation St. Saviour's College at Bollywood. I have thought education is enough. We can go anywhere in India. We can face all the problem. Yes, I have studied up to MSc in English medium. So I have the chance to visit Bhopal with my friends. But I have the courage to face the people. But the words didn't come. I don't know Hindi. That time, Pani, Saye, Nahi Saye, that things only I know. That time only I have realized that communication is very, very important. From that day onwards, I started studying English speaking course in private people. That time, they have used some audio system. By that way, they have asked me to practice, but that didn't help me. Only by this Toastmaster, you can improve your communication. By speaking only, you can improve. Otherwise, no alternative to speak in English, I have realized. After that, yesterday, Toastmaster, I was sign nature. I will not face the people. I will not come forward to introduce myself, or I will not ask about them. But now I have the courage to face the people. So this way it was peaceful for me.
Thank you, Mr. Shanmugam. I'll move on to the third question. Next one. What was your very first experience in speaking in front of an audience? Guest, Aviral. Mr. Aviral, what was your very first experience speaking in front of an audience? Guest Aviral, what was your very first experience speaking in front of the audience? All the best.
So my name is Aviral, and my very first experience in speaking in front of an audience, though as a child I have participated in various functions, fancy dresses, so it was not that I was stage fearing. But the first time I really felt that I have to showcase myself was when I was appearing for interviews for my job. I was already 7-8 years into my professional journey, and there was a point where I was not appearing for a lot of interviews, but the erstwhile version of me was not able to convince the buyer that I'm a worthy product. And I approached my mentors, my seniors, on what could be going wrong. And the feedback from them was that they are evaluating you in terms of value you will give it to them. And you have at max 1 minute of focused words to convince them. Don't go what you present and ask them to choose from the offering. Instead, you pick and choose what skills will be useful in that job profile. So that experience was very critical for me to understand what I was doing wrong in terms of presenting myself to an audience, and that helped me grow further and crack further interviews. So thank you.
Good to know you practiced and cracked many interviews. Moving up on the next question. What is one hobby or passion you could speak about for us? What is one hobby or passion you could speak about for us? Guest Nelson. Guest Nelson, what is one hobby or passion you could speak about for us? What is one hobby or passion you could speak about for us? All the best.
Thank you and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think that's why my behavior. Sound, I think, can you hear me right? No?
Yes.
No, still. Okay, I will rise a little bit. So, one hobby, speak about an art, we can say human behaviors. I would say that in a life, managing things, one of the things complicated is managing people, right? From morning to evening, they can manage a lot of things, but only the problem is managing people. So that I would say managing people, that I can speak a lot of things, but I think I like to appreciate it.
Do you have any experience of any story of managing someone?
Yeah, that's from morning to evening, right? From family, office, communicate, we manage people, right? Different type of people. So, yeah, I like to. Thank you.
So it's good to know that you are a people management. Okay. Thank you, Guest Nelson. Before Toastmasters, who gave you better feedback? Your boss, or your wife, or your relatives at the family function? Toastmaster Shruti. Before Toastmasters, who gave you better feedback? Your boss or your relatives at the family function? Toastmaster Shruti. Before Toastmasters, who gave you better feedback? Your boss or your relatives at the family function?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Yes. So, we all might have faced a situation where our family members have given a feedback that we do not communicate, we do not converse, you give the silent treatment kind of situations. So I have also been given a phase where I was given by my parents that I'm not able to communicate properly, where I give them silent treatment when there's a situation that's happening. So yeah, this was the feedback that was given.
Any feedback from the boss?
Any specific feedback you remember that made you improve?
One feedback that was given by my boss was that I need to articulate more when I communicate.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sudeep. So I think you had a lot of feedback from your guests. And okay, moving on to the next one. A lot of questions. Okay, before Toastmasters, did you ever practice a speech in front of a mirror? And how did your audience, the mirror, react? Guess Lakshmi. Yes, Lakshmi, before Toastmasters, did you ever practice a speech in front of the mirror? And how did your audience react, the mirror? Before Toastmasters, did you ever practice a speech in front of a mirror? How did your audience, the mirror, react? Yes, Lakshmi.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm not so good at giving a speech. So obviously, I had to practice a lot even before delivering a speech. I had a competition in the school where I had to practice and then deliver the speech. So at home, I never used to have any guidance to help me out in listening to my speech and then give me the feedback. So the only obvious place where I could practice before delivering the speech is only before the mirror. So I did a lot of practice. I think I was able to manage a little and then deliver my speech accordingly. And the real scenario at the real time, the feedback was very good. So I was happy that mirror could help me out in a better way to deliver my speech.
Thank you, guest Lakshmi. It seems that you have practiced a lot. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Another questions.
First time TTM is running out of questions.
Yeah. No. I have a lot of questions, but I need to know who to pick up.
Choose the right one.
Okay. Have you ever forgotten what you wanted to say while speaking? What happened next?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay. Have you ever forgotten what you want to say while speaking? What happened next? I'll call upon guest Ron Joshi. Hello. Guest Ron Joshi. You know the question? Okay, I'll repeat this question. Have you ever forgotten what you want to say while speaking? What happened next? Guest Ron Joshi. Have you ever forgotten what you want to say while speaking? What happened next? All the rest.
I think we are seeing the next now. So there will be times when you get that right topic and it's just perfect for the moment. Because as I was getting up, I had the bag and phone in my hand. I was like, oh no, I'm just lost for words. So, but I remember an incident from my childhood when we were practicing for a play, and it was a Shakespeare play, we had an English teacher who was extremely strict and she wanted perfection. She wanted the pauses to be perfect, the words to be delivered perfectly, and she wanted even the accents to be done as close to how she had imagined it. Because if we were able to perform well in our class, we would take it to the stage level and then we would be presenting this play in the regional competitions. So we were very nervous, and I had a monologue which went on for a few lines, and as I was delivering it, it just slipped my mind because she was staring right at me, and this was a pivotal moment where it was about a guy. He's talking about how cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once, and it was not coming to my head. And luckily, we had a very basic teleprompter system where the guy was just showing me the textbook, and I couldn't make it out because I had classes then. And what you're doing is not helping me understand. It's just making me forget everything. So, but luckily, it was just a class level trial, and we were able to have a quick break. I was able to go through my notes, remember the speech, and during the second try, I was able to do it. So yes, that was one of the experiences.
Thank you, Pran Joshi. So that's why I usually asked to avoid eye contact while speaking. Okay, moving on to the next one. So, if your school teacher were here today, present this meeting, what would you say about your speaking skills? Guest Rohit Krishna. So he just talked on I think it's a perfect question for you, right? You just completed your question. So, I'll repeat the question. If your school teachers were here today, what would they say about your communication, your speaking skills? Guest Rohit Krishna, if your school teacher were here today, what would they say about your speaking skills? Guest Rohit Krishna, all this.
Yeah, thank you. So, good evening, everybody, Toastmasters and guests. So, just like the previous guest said, even I had a moment when I was about to give a presentation in my class, and I had totally forgotten about it because I was very focused about giving exams and preparing for them. So in my school years, I wasn't focused about learning English and becoming a better orator. But it was time for me to give a presentation, and I was very least prepared to the very best. So what I did was I wrote everything that I could when my friends were giving speeches. So I took an A4 sheet and I wrote some, I don't know, 200 words or something. But I started memorizing it instead of having a plan before it. So when I was about to give the speech, I actually got stuck too. But then I couldn't just stand there, so I just completed the speech. And then later my English teacher pulled me aside and she was like, you really need to improve your speaking skills, or else even be it anywhere in college or even when you're going to do internships, English speaking skills is one of the most important thing everybody should focus on apart from academics. So I took that deeply, and then I think that's the reason why I'm here today, to improve on those skills. And I really believe that there are incredible teachers here like Sir and himself too. So maybe after a few weeks or so, when I learn more from great teachers here, I could meet my teacher, my English teacher back then, and show how much I will do. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guest Rohit Aditya. Today we became conference speakers, evaluators and leaders. We all had different stories. I hope we all had erstwhile the moments and we have came through. Remember, every conference speakers and the Toastmasters you see today once was a nervous speaker in front of everyone. The only difference is they choose to begin. Timer, can you please read out the qualified speakers?
Toastmaster Nitin, Toastmaster Shanmugave, guest guest global.
Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of our speakers for sharing your stories and your laughter and your experience with us. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pradeep, for conducting the table topic sessions. So, did you notice all the TT speakers were qualified? Correct? Except one. I think our plan failed. We had a plan. You might be seeing that I was asking questions to some of the speakers here, not allowing them to leave the stage. I was waiting for that 1 minute to get over and allowing them to leave the stage. I think we made a miscalculation in one of the speakers. Anyway, I think we had majority of the speakers crossing the minimum green line. That is good. I hope all the speakers really enjoyed the last minute tension and being able to deliver something appropriate to the topic. That's table topics for you from Toastmasters. You will be getting a link soon in your WhatsApp, or please fill up in your sheet who you feel as the best table topic speaker. It will be shared later. Yeah, at the end, you'll be getting, the WhatsApp guys will get a lot of questions at the end. Others can fill up your sheets now itself. I know one more gentleman who went for an audition interview with All India Radio. And he was rejected, saying that you don't even have a voice to speak before a mic, man. You are rejected. Then he came out, he worked well, improvised himself, pursued a similar career but an advanced level career into acting, became the most successful actor in India. Prior to his success in career, the life before that breaking point was a failure, but he never cared. He took it as a feedback and improvised and moved it. How many of you can tell me who is that person?
Is it
Amitabh Bachchan. What changed him is a feedback, a complaint or a critic given by All India Radio, taken by him as a feedback for improvement. And that's what we are going to see now from a seasoned Toastmaster Venkatesan, who almost joined along with me into Toastmasters and has been sincerely attending and practicing, and seen a lot of success in his profession because of taking the practices from Toastmasters into his work. Before joining Toastmasters, his previous life, Saturday evenings, he is very honest. He said, I was doing nothing Saturdays. And he also appreciates that his family supports a lot in growing in Toastmasters careers and miraculously growing his professional career. Over to Toastmasters.
As Taimuri explains about Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, changed as Mahatma Gandhi after that incident. Yes, well, in my experience, my life experience, Toastmaster Kalyan and Guru knows about Sunil Jose. He was also an advocate. On June 5th, 2012, he called me at 11 o'clock. Venkat, can you please come to the Kotapura police station at 2:30 p.m.? My wife was also listening that. She told me that, don't go, he is an advocate. Maybe near police station, he will ask me to file a caveat or any other thing to sign it. It is riskable, you are not supposed to go. Then my mother told me that, go to the police station, be careful. Don't sign anything else. I never thought that. He introduced to me in Kotruppuram Medley Toastmasters at 146th meeting. 150th meeting under the leadership of Tyagarajan. He was a president.
Let's be clear. Medley Toastmasters meeting used to happen in a building next to Kotruppuram police station. We don't used to conduct it in police station.
No, because the advocate was saying like that. It was a surprise for me. Then I enrolled myself. Till date I am doing it. As Taimuri was explaining, it is budding Toastmasters, Gus. Toastmasters, what do you think about Toastmasters? Tell me. Gus, I'm not asking any Toastmasters. Yeah.
Chance to encourage speech. Whatever, it's like the first step is like speech. It's like you need to stand before. That's actually here accepting first steps, and slowly we can improve ourselves.
I myself experienced about observation is important in Toastmasters. I used to sit in the first row. This observation enhanced my linguistic skills, and I have succeeded as an agent examination. and I have come first. These things I can find out trademark infringement simply, just like fraction of seconds without any tools. Last week in a meeting in Vicky, I was finding out that there was a PowerPoint slide is there. Canva versus Canva. What the difference? Can you structure it? 5 sentences I wrote immediately. Everyone appreciated. They said, how can you capture? How did you capture it without any tools like this? Said because of memory. What is your memory? They are asking that. One industrialist, big industrialist, asking me that. Sundar Bamboo Sundar. And I told him that it's observation because of Toastmasters I used to go there. Even though I studied in English medium from 6 to MCA, I think about in Tamil. If you ask what is your name, my name is Venkatesan, and I will translate it into English and then I deliver it. I have overcome all these problems because of Toastmasters. Now I can deliver a speech more than 30 to 40 minutes before I can, Indian counterpart in the Internet Society of India at Title Park. That is why to be honest, Saturday and Sunday before joining Toastmasters, wasted. So I used to sleep after lunch, 3 to 5. And 5 to 7 I used to watch TV. After 7 I used to leave for TV for my son and my wife. That is why I request everyone to listen to Toastmaster and get the benefit. As Dinesh said, as a sandwich technique is there. You will learn more things. Not only like evaluation, TT speaking. You can brush up your brain through English. Thank you. Without further ado, I'm going to call the evaluator, Toastmaster Karanjit. Toastmaster Karanjit was a freelancer for the past 15 years related to IT sector. Before joining Toastmasters, he watched Netflix movies, especially fiction movies. He was saying that. Now he's spending useful time. May I ask Karanjit to come here?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. So I have the job of evaluating Toastmaster Rajeshwari. What do your friends know you as? Is there a short? Raji. I'm going to call you, if you don't mind, I'm going to call you Toastmaster Raji. I just want to say, given this is your first speech, I think it was an excellent speech on all levels. I think you captured an emotion and trying to understand, as an icebreaker speech, we, the audience, have to understand who you are and what is in your past, what connects you. And I think you achieved that beautifully on this first try. So a big clap for her. Personally, for me, I think the bond that you have with your father and that you brought it out in your speech was wonderful to hear. To me, it's life lessons our parents teach us and how we move forward in life, and you brought that out beautifully. You told a story from beginning to end. It's almost like a beautiful storytelling device from, a good story has a beginning, middle, and end. You did that beautifully throughout your speech. One of the things I would like to say is, the word that comes to mind is authentic. Because that's really, it's hard to share personal memories of a parent who has passed. And it just brings out a beautiful, genuine tale that the audience can connect to. And I think it was touching. I think everyone here really appreciated that. And more, your speech had a clear message. And it's those life lessons that your father taught you and how it is applying to your life later in life. So that's really the good positives I could take. Actually, mostly the speech had a lot of positives in it. I would say, if it were ever negative, I would say probably you would slow down during the emotional moments. Simply because your speech had a plethora of human emotions in it. Joy, sorrow, death, happiness. There's a lot of range of emotion, and for the audience to connect with the speaker, it is best to slow down and let them breathe in those moments. And in terms of your transitions, could be better, but I don't want to say that, but for the first try, wonderful. That said, I just wanted to probably say it was an excellent speech. I look forward to hearing more from you, and want to hear more of hers. Really, your speech to me, it reflected on your erstwhile days with your father. These memories continue to inspire you and inspire the audience. So thank you.
The next speech delivered by Toastmaster Ranjit, authentic intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence. Evaluator Toastmaster Ranjit. Please welcome to the stage. He is pursuing BBA and before joining Toastmaster, he used to roam around all the places Saturdays. How the best.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ranjit's speech. Giving a Toastmaster speech 10 years ago would have been much difficult. Do you know why? Any reasons? Because back then we didn't have AI to help us. Now we just use any AI tool, you write a prompt and it gives you the ideas, the script. You choose one content and gives you the script for that as well. You just edit it and you come here and you talk. So it is easier now, right? It is less difficult to compare that 10 years ago. So using AI is correct, right? Well, it makes it reliable and it makes your things easier. So it is better to have AI. To answer this question, Toastmaster Ranjit gave an amazing and an informational speech. Let me tell you. It enlightened us that using AI gets you the job done. But in doing so, you lose self-awareness and uniqueness. What it indicates is, you lose your voice. You talk what the AI tells you. You talk what the AI tells you. Then what will happen to your own thoughts? You will lose them. It also does not feel unique. AI can't replicate your story. Your story is always unique. AI can't do that. So the uniqueness won't be there if you use AI in your speeches. The theme of the speech was unique. It indicates that Toastmaster Ranjit didn't use AI for the speech. It never told using AI is wrong, but it only affects you. Area of excellence, I have so many, so the outstanding ones are body language. Body language was so confident. We know the importance of body language. It shows the confidence, enthusiasm, and clarity. Toastmaster Ranjit had amazing body language, which showed all these three components. The second one was the flow of the speech. Toastmaster Ranjit didn't even use a second to think what he needs to talk next. It shows the preparation of the speech and always talking what's in the mind. Recommendations. I have two recommendations, only two. One is the conclusion. AI gets you the job done, but in doing so, you lose yourself. The conclusion could have added something about what we can do. Example, we can use AI for tasks like Excel, coding, or learning things, or generating ideas, or getting information. But for things like writing a script, or generating ideas, or expressing your feelings, you should avoid using AI because that's when you develop your self-awareness and uniqueness. So the conclusion could have added this. So the audience would get an idea of what we can avoid and what we can use AI for. The second one is vocal variety. Vocal variety always gives the depth in a speech. It makes the speech more interesting. Example, when I used AI, I finished all my tasks. I got the results instantly. But in doing so, I fell apart in self-awareness and uniqueness. So these are the suggestions I would like. These are the suggestions that I think will uplift the speech. Thank you.
The next speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Naren. He is the solution architect at the MNC. Before joining Toastmaster, he used to spend the time playing chess and watching Netflix series. The speech title is Evaluate the Elevate. Please come to the stage and
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So usually in every Toastmasters meeting, the evaluator gives some suggestions to the speaker on what to do and what not to do. But for the very first time, at least in a Medley meeting, the speaker has given suggestions to the evaluator on the do's and don'ts of evaluation. It was a wonderful masterclass by Toastmaster Dinesh. Now I'm not going to speak about or comment about the techniques that he shared. That's not the scope of my evaluation today, whereas I'm going to focus only on the presentation that he delivered and how he delivered it. So what did I like about his presentation today? First and foremost, everything that he explained from start to finish was very easy to understand. He was not trying to sound too intellectual or be too philosophical. Now bear in mind, Toastmaster Dinesh has done at least 10 to 12 evaluations in this term alone. He's my default go-to evaluator whenever someone drops out. He has so much of experience, but still he tried to make his content very simple and easy to understand for everyone, including the guests. He gave a clear structure on what is evaluation by using real-world analogies, and then he went all the way up to the benefits of evaluation. I'm not going to touch each single topic because he has already done that. The next thing that I liked about his speech was he spoke for about a little over 15 minutes, and did sound like a boring lecture that you would listen to in college after the lunch break and you're trying to sleep, nothing. It was very, very engaging. And he used a lot of techniques to make it engaging, which we all can use as well. He was trying to make things interactive. He was giving a lot of examples, and he was also asking, and also another thing is, there were not too many words in his presentation. Imagine if he had bombarded his presentation with a lot of words, he would have definitely spaced out. So these are simple minor things that can make a speaker's speech very, very engaging, and something that we can learn from Dinesh today and use it in our speeches as well. Now, just a few suggestions from this humble evaluator. One of the things that I feel Toastmaster Dinesh could have touched upon was, how can you use the evaluation techniques that you learn here in Toastmasters outside of Toastmasters? Because that is the primary objective of everything we do in Toastmasters. We want to use something that we learn here and apply it outside. For example, you can use it in your job appraisals. You can use it in interviews. In my case, I use it to evaluate the new requirements that I get to understand if it will make sense to the user or not. So these are some simple examples on how you can use evaluation techniques that you learn in Toastmaster outside of Toastmasters. The other thing, just me nitpicking, nothing much too intensive. When you ask questions to the audience, you can make your own follow-up points. You said super brilliant, and of course you heard them, but you can reinforce that by adding some points on top of what they said. So that will make it even more interactive. So these are just a few suggestions that I had in mind. Overall, Toastmaster Dinesh's speech was oozing with confidence and a lot of useful information as always. So all the best for your future speeches, Toastmaster Dinesh. Over to you.
Without further ado, I would like to hand over the stage to Dave Modi. G report.
Yes. Your tag team and G report. Okay. Sorry. Right tag team.
I would like to invite the Toastmaster, Timer Toastmaster Abhinaya. Please come to the stage and read out the report.
Good evening, everyone. I will be reading out the times taken by each speaker. First, I'll be starting with the table topics. So, Toastmaster Nitin spoke for 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavir spoke for 2 minutes 7 seconds. Guest Abhirat spoke for 1 minute 51 seconds. Guest Nelson spoke for 1 minute 7 seconds. Guest TM Shruti spoke for 46 seconds. Guest Lakshmi spoke for 1 minute 22 seconds. Guest Fran spoke for 1 minute 49 seconds, and guest Rohit spoke for 1 minute 56 seconds. Now I will be moving on to the prepared speeches. So Toastmaster Rajeshwari spoke for 6 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Ranjit spoke for 7 minutes 26 seconds. Toastmaster Dinesh spoke for 15 minutes 6 seconds. And then for the evaluation, Toastmaster Karanjit spoke for 2 minutes 58 seconds. Toastmaster Anish Verma spoke for 3 minutes 44 seconds. And Toastmaster Narendra spoke for 3 minutes 22 seconds. Thank you.
Then, our counter Toastmaster Aragan, please come to the stage.
Good evening. Now I will read the list of speakers who have used the crutch or pause filler words. Starting with PM Raja Rajeshwari. She had a very clear speech. Next. PM Ranjit. He used you know once and so 5+ times. And he also used repeated words such as but and because. Next. PM Dinesh. He used the word are 4 times. So 4 times, and he also repeated the words but and yeah. Next, PM Pradeep. He used the word are twice, so twice. PM Nitin. He used are once, so once, and he also repeated the word started thrice. PM Shanmugavel. He repeated the words I have 5+ times, that twice. Yes, Aviran. He used are 4 times, once, so once, managing 5+ times. Yes, Nelson used the word are 4 times. PM Shruti, she used the word are 5+ times, so thrice. Yes, Lakshmi, she used the word are 5+ times, so thrice. I 4 times and 3 times. Yes, Pran Joshi used so thrice and 5+ times. Yes, Rohit Krishna used are 4 times, so 5+ times, and he also repeated the word but. PM Karanjit, he repeated the words I think thrice and once. PM Anish Verma, he used are twice, so 5+ times. He also repeated the word avoid. PM Naren, he used are once, and he also repeated the word and. Thank you.
May I invite grammarian Toastmaster to come? Gabriel.
Thank you, Jay. Good afternoon once again, everybody. I got a bunch of notes, so please bear with me. Okay, so I'll start first with the various gems that I picked up, rather the cherries that I picked up. Starting with our first speaker, Rajashekaran. He used the words enhance and veteran. Please, round of applause. Then Toastmaster of the day, Guru Prasad, PTM Guru Prasad, literally decorated the speech with plenty of words. For example, revelation, kindle, USP. We also use these triads: respect, honor, recognize, and yeah. Next, for our first speaker, Icebreaker Raja Rajeshwari. Sorry about that. Can I call you Raji too? Toastmaster Raji. She very, it is very lovingly, in memory of her father, used a quote, rather a pearl of wisdom that he said: "Cry in life when you lie to someone." Some other things that my ears were too fast for my brain to become. But that was very beautiful. And the title of your speech itself, Memories Never Fade, was very poetic. Then our next speaker, Toastmaster Ranjit, authentic intelligence, wordplay on AI, beautiful. Paradox, very amazing rhetorical questions. Are we investing in making humans wiser? Wonderful, lovely. Up next, third speaker, education session, Toastmaster Dinesh. Rather, on top of it being an education session on evaluation, he also taught us a little bit about grammar, personification. He gives examples on how to use these effectively. Wonderful work, please, a round of applause. Toastmaster Abhinaya, wonderful. I don't know what the exact usage is, but she went tick, tick, tick. It was very immersive. So that's up to you. Next, Toastmaster Aviral, when asked what evaluation meant, very surgically said that the root word was value, and built on that. So I think that's a great thing to do when you're trying to learn new words. Please, wonderful. Toastmaster Dinesh also kind of competed with VTM Guru. A lot of pebbles lined in your speech as well, like bait to catch a fish, haywire. Evaluation is like semi-gravy. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now I'll go to before that. Evaluator Toastmaster Anish used the word enlightened rather tastefully. Naren used the phrase first and foremost, oozing with confidence, wonderfully. Our favorite phrase of the GE today was without further ado. That was also very nice to hear from you. Now, for the number of times the word of the day was used, it was 14 times. Although it's a very tricky word to use because it was confused with meanwhile in between, because it rhymes with the word, so can't help it. But then I also did notice that in various situations, a lot of our Toastmasters could have substituted what they were saying with erstwhile. For example, when you're trying to say that time only, you could have said erstwhile phase or something like that. And in my school years, or back then, and before a couple of years ago, these are all perfect examples where you can substitute erstwhile and sound a little cooler when you do it. Then, for a few grammatical errors that I did pick up were not subject, tense agreement for the words that you were using. So, there were some errors for pluralization. Instead of, where you're supposed to use do, you ended up using does. So, it's better to keep in mind whether the object or other you're talking about is a singular or plural, and work your way to what comes after that. That is all. Thank you. Thank you, G.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, my daily report follows. Medley is famous for Medley's trademark, well-known trademark is 255 to start the meeting. Give a big round of applause without trying to because we are making standard time for this meeting. Excellent audience, smooth introduction, strong speech evaluation, friendly atmosphere in this meeting. It has been a pleasure serving as a general evaluator. Overall, today's meeting was energetic, well organized, and friendly. Several learning objectives. I would like to give only one suggestion regarding table topic master. The question is very lengthy. The question should be based on theme of the day. But today we have invited more number of guests. I think more than 6 or 7. But the question was 2 lines. It is very difficult for the guests to understand the first time. This is my suggestion. Otherwise, the fantastic speeches delivered by memories never fade away by Toastmaster Rajeshwari, authentic intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence by Toastmaster Ranjit, evaluate to elevate by Toastmaster Dinesh was awesome. Every meeting is an opportunity to become better communications and leaders. Today meeting demonstrated commitment, enthusiasm, and continuous improvement. Thank you all for making this an enjoyable and productive meeting. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Manager Toastmaster Venkatesan and your beautiful team that delivered your feedback very effectively, so that we learned the good ones we did, and we also learned how to improve further. Thank you very much for your team. We're slightly running late by schedule, there will be as the links being shared now. Yeah, the links are shared for table topics, evaluators, tag team, and also the role players, which is nothing but myself, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Venkatesan as general evaluator, and Toastmaster for the table topic masters. Please cast your vote for whomever you feel as the right person to be chosen for the day. Well, we killed your sleep, we killed your Netflix watching time, we killed your roaming around the city meaninglessly, we killed your doing nothing time also. But I sincerely feel that was really useful, effective. Killing those practices for a better practice here was effective. Remember, today's theme is not to tell you that whatever you are doing, your life before Toastmasters is waste. But we are only asking you to look back and also reminisce what you are doing and what you are doing. Try to enjoy life. Every week need not be Toastmaster meeting in full suit and coat. You can also get back to this once in a while, enjoy your week. I am handing over back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Rajsek.
Wow, what a day, right? So we had a wonderful 3 speeches and a fitting evaluation, and with nice questions and with our TT Master. We had a wonderful time, right? So now it's time to move on to a very crucial thing. It's a recognition, because that's very important. So first, I want to recognize a few role players who done their role for the first time. Toastmaster Harikarmi, who done the role for the first time. And another first, and very important first baby step, that is done by our Toastmaster Rajeshwari. So it's a custom. So
once she sits, wait. Once she sits, we'll stand.
So the next recognition is going for a best speaker. Any guesses?
Is it Toastmaster Dinesh?
All were good.
You guessed it right, sir. Toastmaster Dinesh. So best tag role player, Toastmaster Purachandran. He is playing this role for the second time, and he's
No, whenever he plays any role, he is getting a second time.
That was my dear.
No, whenever you play any role, you are cracking. All the best. Awesome.
best steady speaker goes to guest Pran Joshi. evaluator goes to Toastmaster Narendra. And the best role player goes to
Guru Prasad.
Everybody knows. Yes.
I never got this in my life before Toastmasters.
Yes, I have to say about our team groups of them. So, for a TMOD role, so what will be your preparation? Usually, we will come up with a theme, and we will again we'll go to AI and at least get some ideas. That is at least few things, right? So he released one teaser, later on trailer, then he came up and lit the stage up. No? So we need to first understand and we need to learn from his commitment how we need to prepare and come and deliver. So hats off to you, sir. So it is a grand day. We are going to close it, and thank you so much for coming and into the Saturday and yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. The sound of Gabriel, I adjourn meeting number 888. Please wait to take a good photograph and leave for the snacks. Thank you.
Thanks, Venkatesh. Our target was to close it exactly in 70